All right, everybody, welcome back here to High Button Sports for what is game number 1, as 20 fresh minutes on the clock for the U16 section. Evaluators back here ready to go. Me and Dudes on the call. This is game number 2 of the night, but game number 1 for the U16s, and the first chance to really show what they're made of here, Dudes.
Yeah, the first game, you can know they've been chomping at the bit after being here for a couple days of no games, and we're being told this is a pretty strong section, and it's the Canada Games age group as well, Jeff, so keep an eye out for these players now in the fall and later on for the Canada Games next year.
Plenty to play for out there is another way of putting that statement, or that one, as we'll just get right into it. It's purple versus powder for the U16s for the next weekend, so that will be how we go, and we'll get started here. That one from the line, shot in, quickly gloved down by our goaltender, Dudes.
Amy Field from the Fundy Highland Stars, and last season had a 2.79 GAA for her squad, so a few numbers here that we were able to collect before the event. A little easier at this age group as they actually keep the stats on the website, so there you go.
Back from the left side, trying to play that through, and a quick chance here as it rolls off the end of the stick and tipped high. That was McHenry trying to go for that one. Caught up into the gut there of White. White tries to play it up ahead here for Powder. Powder back to the line. It's kept in. Actually, leaves the stick as Gabriel was there for it, but couldn't corral it as it's played over to Mitchell. Mitchell up the boards with it. Up ahead, McHenry tipped off on the left side, and Powder continues to push here early in this game. Hard in along the boards. There goes Lola Timmons. Fished out and fought for along the end boards. Purple looking to move it up ahead. It's Prince. Gets up the right side. Libis played that across. Now tipped on into the middle over the blue line. Shot. That one's going to be blocked in there by Ray McInnes into the corner. Trying to move it up ahead's Dorian. Dorian can't get it, but they'll have to tag up Purple, or Purple will grab it after the tag up. Dorian gets that one over to Ray McInnes. Ray McInnes tries to get it to the line. Powder keeps in, and an early push here from Powder in the start of period number 1. Purple looking to go up the wall with it. It's sent down and behind by Payne. From the corner, they'll go at it. Stick lifting all the way through as Blanchard comes out with it. Blanchard back in front, tipped off, and will continue on and steered aside by Field. Powder still with it from the corner, puts through the legs. They'll pick it up on the other side. Trying to move that up ahead. Kept in along the boards there by Blanchard, and Powder with a big first shift here as it elects at the zone. Picked up and now poked back in behind, and now Purple the other way. Danica Joseph. Joseph to the middle. Loses it as the stick in on the gut. No penalty. Will continue on as it's fired down the length of the ice, steered aside again. In from the end boards, Powder coming out with it from the corner there. It's worked across, shot low, not going to make it through. They'll chase after that, try to play that back to number 40, Smith. Smith loses that to Purple. One-on-one down along the end boards, try to fight for it. Purple's going to pick up on it, grabbed here by McIntyre. Lexi McIntyre cuts back in along the end wall. McIntyre head up. She'll make the first move and elect to hold on to that puck. Down the right side. Pass continues on to Hartnell. Shot into the end boards. Hartnell catches up to it. Hartnell from the end wall. Loses it off the end of the stick as it's jumping around. Back here for Purple. Purple can't get that one cleared out as it ricochets off the boards, and it'll stay in near the hash marks there. Purple picking up on that is Maya McCormick now. Shoots that in, but it's into the gut of 21 there. MacArthur and pushed out. Wrapping around now. McCormick will try again. Number 17 steps in, shoots that one far. It'll ricochet off the end boards up to Josie Leslie. Josie Leslie can't quite corral that one as Purple still with it. Exits the zone now. Onto the stick there, McLean. Played across here, left side, looking for the lead pass. McLean in through the middle and can't grab that as Powder from the corner. Catherine Wilkie tried for it, and it's up the boards. That one chipped back in behind it. A good foot race down to that in the corner as hard in along the boards, trying to free that puck up. And it looks like it'll be onto the stick there of Summer McLean. McLean with the lead pass, nicely done onto the blade there on the right side. Still change off as Powder looking to bring that back over. Powder up ahead to 18, White. White turns it over in behind for Kim. Kim plays it across here to Borgos. She'll head down the left side. In behind, that one's held on to, can't get it square, but it's back to the blue line, kept in, shot, and now working back the other way. Powder looking for a chance. Lola Timmons trying to get a step. Timmons up through the middle, gets hacked and whacked on the way in, but no penalty.
Great play there by the defense not to take a penalty. Both of them just going for the stick lift there, and Timmons was off to the races there, but a real good defensive play.
Picked up now from Purple, back the other way. McNeil into the end boards. It's back in, and Powder trying to cuts that off. It's onto the stick there. Timmons hands that off to 13, Gabriel. Gabriel tries to work it up through the right side, but it'll be cut off along the boards. Gabriel now from the back end looking for a lead pass. Jumps the stick. Sent down for icing, dudes, and that was pretty much about 5 minutes without a whistle here to start. Good back and forth.
Yeah, it's some aggressive play here. This is kind of the age group where they start to get a little bit more aggressive on the end walls and stuff like that. It's a little bit more allowed there. You won't see a whole lot of open ice hitting, but the female game is aggressive, make no mistake. And there are a few players in this event, Jeff, that have played up a year in the U18 major division, and we'll get to them as they make things happen out here, so keep an eye out for that.
Moved back in through center. Purple's going to pick up on its Dorian. Dorian plays it across to McInnes. Trying to go up the wall with it. Cut off and back on to the stick. Purple. Dan Joseph, and it's fed in front and finished off, and that will be the first goal there. And heading to the bench first, number 14, Danica Joseph, and it'll be 1-0 Purple 6 minutes into the first.
Real good play there by Joseph from the Metro East Inferno. Kind of dragged that puck to the backhand to kind of protect that puck, and right at the very last second switches to the forehand and fired to far side, and pretty good skill on display there early on. So looking pretty comfortable out there so far, both these teams.
Back and forth for sure here as it comes back to the line for Lawton. Lawton shoots it on, covered up here now a few seconds later as we see that beautiful high button flag in behind, but a lot of parents lining the boards here as well, dudes, as they kind of all go to that end and keep an eye and looking to just, I don't know, evaluate their own kids along with maybe the competition.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting. I know it was a lot of years ago now, but I just don't remember any parents being in the building when I was here. Then again, probably wasn't looking for it either. But yeah, I mean, getting some real good hockey in here. It's the best hockey in town as of right now, so why not?
Shot in, and the save gets made. It'll head over to the right side here. Purple looking to work it out. Down by Prince. Prince into the end boards, and it's slowed up there one-on-one. Kind of falling down, but sticking with it there is Lawton. Poked back in behind. That one moves in for Leslie. Leslie tries to go up the wall with it. Bouncing around, and Purple's going to come up. Robertson tried to get that up ahead, but it's a lead pass here to the right side. Picked up MacArthur now down here in front. That one's flicked onto the zone and pushed off to the corner there to Wilkie. Wilkie up to the middle, looking for a lead pass now. McHenry. McHenry picks it up. McHenry swoops in down to the right side and fish to the corner. Gould looking for it. Hands that off in along the blue line on the left side. Passed and heads into the corner again. Trying it along the end boards. Kearney with it. Kearney playing down low. Picked up and off the glass. That one's going to bounce over for Gould. Gould manages to get that ahead to McIntyre, but Powder cuts it off there. 12:20 to go here in the first as we continue on. Down the left side here into the zone. Hartnell. Back in through the middle. Margaret McLean got that pass off there to Summer McLean. Summer McLean from the left side. She'll get pressured as Powder looking to keep up on it, and it's to the line. Purple, nice little easy pass in there by Ellie Harlan, but now it heads back the other way. Picked up by Addison White, sent into the end boards, and Margaret McLean picks it up. Over to the left, lead pass.
Dangerous.
Gets on through. That one in over the blue line, and it'll be into the left side corner. Cut off on that, and fishing it out and moving it is Gabrielle. Gabrielle over skates it, and it'll be back in for Poirier. Poirier now going to work along the end boards. Poirier, good work in there, but it now moves out. Powder with it. Gabrielle in over the red line, now the blue line. Trying to find a lane through the middle, and it'll just free itself up for Bourgeois. How do you say that last name there, dude?
Bourgeois.
Bourgeois, so not even close for me, but hopefully I'll remember that one. Bourgeois in along there. She'll play it up the side for Sangster. Back into the zone. That one onto the stick. Blue trying to move that out in front now off the turnover. Jodry cutting back around and allowing the defense to change there for Team Blue as Timmins works that in behind. From the corner, Bourgeois scoops it up. She'll have all sorts of time with it, and now tries to go up the left side, but it's turned over on the stick, so it was a bit of a who's gonna act first on that one. Played in across. Powder with a loud call there into the middle. Gets the pass off here. Buffett shot, can't go. Into the left side as they'll work in. It'll be fished out there by Kim. Kim played that back down low to McInnes. McInnes on the right side, trying to go up with it. McNeil got that up ahead. Into the zone now, left side, shot and a nice save there by LeBlanc as I believe it caught her glove and worked to the half wall there. Some pressure on Purple from the back end over to the left side. That one jumps the stick there of Ray McInnes, played across.
Vicious cross checks in front there, so the intensity very high already.
Inside 10 minutes to go here in the first. That one moves up ahead, picked up by Buffett. Buffett trying to get that out again. It's fought for there in no man's land, stepping up, looking for a shot. That plays off to the corner. Grabbed on the right side. Some pressure in down low. It bounces off the pad and comes over to Blanchard. Blanchard slowed in through the middle. Grabbed by McNeil. McNeil back in behind. Slowed up there for LeBlanc. LeBlanc leaves that to Leslie. Leslie looks to get that up the left side. It's intercepted. That one grabbed and cut off. Back from the line. Purple. Sadie Walter is the one to shoot that in along the end boards. Trying to catch up to it down here in front up the left side. Still battling for it down there. Purple. Dished off near the ringette line. Pulls off. Nice skating there. Duder from Danica Joseph, who went into the wall and then used the backward skating to open up a little room there in the offensive zone. Not something you'd see as much as you'd think. That one into the pad. It'll be steered off to the left side corner. Looking to move that puck up ahead on to the stick of Beaton. Sent down the right side. 8:23 now to go as we continue on. That one's sent down, dudes, for the icing, and another long segment without a whistle. And I'll let you talk for a sec here, buddy.
Yeah, it was a real good portion of time there, just back and forth action, and you don't see a whole lot of panic with the puck. One thing I've liked so far is positional play once again, and just getting that red line and getting it deep, and that pass just off the stick there of Lexi McIntyre, who's actually one of the players that's playing up a level there. Subway selects under 18 major back here at the U16, so a few of those players, and you got to look to them to kind of lead this group, and you got to assume they're, if not lock-ins, very highly touted here for this team based on what they're going to see now.
8 minutes to go here in the first, and it's shot into the end boards, and a hard battle in there from two 18s as they go at it. White was going at it with Robertson, and it gets played off into the left side. Trying to move that puck up ahead on to the stick, and brought back around by Summer McLean. Summer McLean hands that out, but it's out of the reach. It still exits the zone, though. Powder going to try to work it in, but Purple, good hands here down in front as it's sent down by Summer McLean again.
A name that you probably recognize from last year's camp, but the leading scorer last year in the U15 AAA League. 42 goals, 19 assists for 61 points in 30 games, so 5 of the top scorers out here on the ice right now, and rightfully so. It's not all about scoring, I get that, but it certainly does help your case.
And the top 5 being here to compete. We are in for a treat on High Button over the course of the next weekend. Lots of hockey to be played as we roll through our first period. In through the middle, that one's cut off. It'll come back down here near the blue line and sent down into the right side corner. Grabbed by Margaret McLean. Margaret McLean back over to Harland. Harland gonna go up the wall with it. Quickly scooped up by Sangster. Sangster down here in front. Cut off there with a nice hard play by Driscoll, but it's still into the zone by Purple from the left side. McNeil, number 15, taking on a couple bodies there, getting some help from Poirier. Trying to get that up the wall and still battling for it near the half wall, now into no man's land. Into the zone there as pulled back by number 13, Gabriel. Gabriel over along the wall, brought back in, and that one's going to be the offside as 6:10 remaining here in the first, and I believe that's our first offside.
I was just about to say, I don't even think we saw an offside in the last game. Pretty impressive stuff, and you know, at today's speed, and make no mistake, the speed out here is probably a lot faster for us than it would be on the screen. If I might be wrong, but it's tough to stay on side a lot of the times, especially playing with new line mates and new people for the first time. I know these players would know a lot of each other from last year's camp and the season and whatnot, but you still got to get into the swing of things and kind of get a feel for where your players are out there.
This
Impressive
puck
stuff
is moving. I'm sure that one's translating through the screen. This is going back and forth every direction, and now we'll have our first penalty with 5:47 to go here in the first period. It'll be, I believe, a trip down there into the corner, and into the box will be Bourgeois?
Bourgeois.
Bourgeois. There you go.
Yeah, it's a tough name there. You throw those letters all in a row there and it gets a little iffy, but I think I just had the benefit. I remember playing against a few Boudreaux growing up, or Bourgeois, sorry, and they were very smooth skaters, just like Claire is there too, so it must be in the name, I guess.
Absolutely, and Bourgeois, I will get it here. Bear with me, folks. Period number 1, so, you know, hopefully by the end of this one, down the right side, that one's going to be on to the stick and try to move in front by Parsons. Back to the line. Payne's going to grab it. Payne down to Parsons here on the right side. She'll go even further down in the zone to Blanchard, and they try to move one out in front. Chance here for Purple to clear as it's hustled down the right side. Joseph into the zone. That one in along the end boards, chipped up the wall. Trying to catch up on that. Toe dragged from the corner. Back onto the stick now of number 10, Rossung. So 10 on Powder, not Purple on that one as it's sent in. A minute to go in the power play. Picked up along the end boards there by Ray McInnes. Kept in with a nice play by Lawton. Moving around the top of the zone. Down from the left side, drop-off pass, and just enough time to shoot it, but it bounces in, and Purple looks like they're not go. They will just get it out there on Lawton, who tried to keep it in. Chop down here to the left side, picked up on the other side here by Purple. Up ahead, McCormick shoots, and goal there. Short-handed with 30 seconds to go in the PK and 4 minutes flat. And that will be in the back of the net for the 2-0.
I mean, what do you want Rebecca LeBlanc to do there? McCormick used the defender as a screen, and she's no slouch to the goal-scoring department. We talked about the top 5 scorers in the league last year. Maya McCormick coming in at number 5. 20 goals, 12 assists for 32 points in 30 games, a pretty respectable number, and you can see a little bit of flash as to why right there.
So 2-0 the score here now, and one of our top goal scorers getting it done with the second goal of the U16 section, and now it's into the feet and maybe a chance to work it down the right side. Rachel Hartnell can't quite break away from the play as Powder looks to work it back in. 8 seconds to go on the PK. Played in across by Vickers, and now up the left side into the zone by White. White gets cut off of it, and it's circled back. McCormick on the right side, played near the middle. Grabbed and sent down. No icing there. 3:19 to go here in our first period. That one in along the end boards and picked up by Wilkie. Wilkie got that pass over, trying to get it. It goes off a shin pad there as Kearney now working for it for Powder, but Purple advancing that puck ahead still. Back into the left side, trying to move that up ahead for White. White's going to grab it, get the clear down, and it'll be in. The one linesman waved it off, one called it. 2:55, and we'll get a whistle.
Yep, another good portion of play here. This game's been pretty intense and pretty fast so far, and I mean, these girls have been training for the last couple of years, and this is a big year for them with the Canada Games being in play now as well. And like you said, a little bit more to play for, and if that doesn't spark the engine, I don't know what it's going to take, but so far so good. Doesn't look like they're lacking in anything at all. No skill, no effort or anything like that. They've been buzzing here early on.
Pretty similar to the first game we've seen, where just pretty good positionally sound, but a lot of back and forth action, just trying to figure out what the best play is, and once they get in there, creating the best play for themselves. And despite the the age and obviously the skill gap a little different, but the style of play similar. Not a lot of whistles, lots of back and forth, lots of skating, and trying to catch up to these pucks to make the next right play under pressure. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of that through the rest of this game. 2:13 to go here in the first, as you see the U14s watching on to the left.
Yep, next step for them is this age group up here, so always nice to see kind of what's in the future for you a little bit, and maybe something to push for. It's not a knock on the U14, just another year of development, another year of maturing and growing is a little bit of the difference maker here. And like you said, those real pressure, high pressure games that some of these ladies have played in this season really benefit you in the long run.
And most of these girls, I'm sure, are used to playing at this age in some high pressure games, so to come into this camp and try to get it done, looks like they're up to the task. Down the right side, a beautiful pass and reception. Jodry, and now a chance in front, whacking away at it. 90 seconds to go from the end boards there. It's picked up by Timmins.
Ooh.
Timmins ran off into the wall. No call, as we'll continue on. Back to the blue line. From the blue line, in behind, that'll be the left side corner. Margaret McLean. Back there, not much of a clear on the back of that pass, but Purple still able to get it out of the zone. Worked up by Joseph. Joseph loses that on the left side to Payne. Payne to the right. Slowed down here. Libis for Purple, getting her first touches of the game, working hard down there in the corner, and it'll move back to Parsons. Parsons trying for it, back along the wall again. So 43 seconds to go. Powder looking for the last rush here. Good little no-look pass here over to the right side. Buffett into the zone. She'll slow up. Shot. Oh. And a nice save there at the stick by Field. In along the boards there, Blanchard. Blanchard for Powder with 29 seconds to go. Back to the line. Onto the stick there. Leslie shoots off the pad, looking for a lead pass, but going to go head up and skate it out herself is Gould. Gould in from the left again. It'll be back in behind onto the stick of Leslie. Leslie pinched off there. 10 seconds, maybe one last rush for Powder, but gonna have to go quick. And Purple, good job creating the turnover, but it's scooped up with 3 seconds to go, and that'll take us to the end here of period number 1. So 2-0 the score here. We're gonna have the ice clear. Great action through the first. We'll see you for the second in a moment.
Yep, give us a chance to catch our breath here.
All right, everybody, we are back here for High Button Sports period number 2 here in game number 2. We got fresh goaltenders, same players out here ready to go. It was a rapid first period, lots of back and forth, and we'll see if it's more of the same here in the second.
Yep, Eleanor Feltham from the Citadels in for Powder, and Sophie Zettler from the Valley Wilds. And Eleanor Feltham, quick fun fact, led the league in GAA, 1.34 GAA on the season, Jeff. If you're giving up less than 2 goals a game, pretty good recipe for success. And that team, I do believe, went to the Atlantics and lost in the final, if I'm not mistaken. So really good showing from a lot of the representatives here, but that's pretty good numbers for a goaltender.
Absolutely, and we'll see how she keeps the puck out of the net here against the top players, but I'm guessing she's going to be faring well with numbers like that, so we'll get into it here. Down the right side, that one's in behind. They'll try to scoop it up off the wall there. It's slowed up, back to the blue line. Hard shot from the point. That one tipped through as the initial shot from Payne. Comes back in behind, trying to wrap that one in around, and Purple back the other way. Purple shooting that in behind. Powder looking to go up the left side with it, caught up to it. Chip at and in around from McCormick. McCormick up the wall here for Audane. Oh, Liney goes down, right back up. Trying to put that one in. It'll be picked up in behind by Parsons. Parsons gets that over to McLean. Summer McLean tried for it, but it'll be Powder back the other way. Hard on it. Buffett in behind. Slowed up along the end boards. Now Purple going for a skate here. Lexi McIntyre. McIntyre in through the middle, and good job tagging up there as Summer McLean to do the full splits, but continues on. Purple down low, and it'll be covered up there as it comes out of the corner.
An underrated skill there, staying on side with that drag foot, and if you look closely on this fresh ice, you can see perfectly where her skate mark was, so if anyone was to argue the call, we could go back and identify that, but real good pace here to start the second period, and in the first period we had Addison White mic'd up for the first period, and now we're going to switch it over to Danica Joseph, who's got a goal in this game, so keep an eye out for those videos, folks. And that's part of the reason why we haven't incorporated the multiple cameras. We want to give you guys an inside look and something a little more interactive here for these players, so keep an eye out for those videos.
That one into the left side. It'll be hustle that to the end boards. Try to play that in around. Carly Beaton now in the end boards. Chop that once. Now chop that again, trying to stay up with it, and it'll be in behind. One-on-one, back the other way. Has a step here on the left side. Stepping in, shot, save made. Is Feltham on top of it, but will continue on the play. A lot of what we saw in the first period was continued play, and we'll see if that dips into the second as that one's sent back in behind onto the stick there, Harland.
Feltham looks very calm and cool and collected down there so far, and one thing I've noticed early on, very good positionally. She's been kind of tested early on with some bodies in front, and she's able to stay square to that puck, and that's probably part of the success for her.
Harland gets that up here to Poirier. Poirier trying to go up the wall with it. On to the stick here of Prince. And now over for Powder. Powder up the right side into the zone, looking for some toe drags. Frees up for a shot, and it rolls through in front of the net over to the left side. Slowed down and in behind now, Purple. Grabbed by Margaret McLean, pressured against the boards, and now it'll be shaken off and played in along the end wall again, trying to get up to Prince, but it'll be cut off. Purple maintains possession though somehow, and they'll try again from the back end, picked up by Joseph. Joseph with it, gets that pass over and hustled into the end boards on it. Joseph gets to it first, she'll pull it out from the corner, bounce back to the line, and just a little too hot there for Isabel Kim, who will play that back, and moved up to the middle onto the stick here of Danica Joseph again. Joseph down the left side, little dump and chase, or dump and change perhaps, a little more accurate there, and it moves to the middle. Wilkie tries for it. Wilkie gets it over to Driscoll. Driscoll gonna go for a skate. Driscoll into the right side, shot, and the save made. 15:38 to go here in the second.
Good rush there from Driscoll. She's kind of got that east-west skating style kind of vibe, and it's now sometimes slows you down from getting from A to B in a straight line, but she uses it very effectively in a good burst of speed there. She just kind of pulled away from the crowd there in a hurry, so a real good first step from her.
One over to the half wall. Purple going to be circling in behind, try to get from the left side out. Powder slows it down. Played across there to Mitchell, and now back over, looking for the pass to Gabriel. Gabriel gets it ahead to Jodry. Jodry down in the zone on the right side, falling down as it's still loose in front now, picked up. Brought back into the zone by McCormick, trying to get that up ahead. It's into a foot. Leading pass. Shot by McCormick there as it falls into the end boards. Powder now picking it up. Powder from the corner. Rushed into the zone by 28 Parsons. Parsons cut off of it back to Gould. Gould in. Gould over the blue line. Down and behind. That's going to wrap around there for Payne. Payne loses that puck up there to Parsons. Parsons now from the back end. She'll look to move the thing north, and it'll move to the red line as far, and now Purple cuts it off. Back into the zone there. One-on-one into the end boards. Played it around for Payne. Payne tries to get it up there through the right side. Steered into the end boards, and that'll bounce on over. Grabbed and pushed down by Summer McLean. Picked up by Auden. Auden back to the line. Good movement here from Purple. Stepping up with lots of space. Shot in, but Feltham just into the corner. 2-on-2. They'll battle away for that one. It'll come over on the left side. Purple still with possession here. Hanging on. Auden. It's another one of the cases, dudes. Once they get into a rhythm out there, they can play and play and play. Back and forth. Auden tries for it, but Powder gonna pick up on that and move it up the left side. That one's onto the stick there of Blanchard, and off the stick in a hurry. Blanchard gets a nice tip out it though, and it'll come here for Buffett. Buffett down the left side, has Blanchard in front. Pass across and can't get it through.
Yeah, great defensive play there from Mary Margaret McLean from the Cape Breton Blizzard to lay down and block that pass. So perfect timing, and that's a timing play, and it's kind of an art form more than anything.
That one's shot in behind and looking for a lead pass here up the left side. Right on the money, trying to cut in and slow down there by Beaton. In to the middle, slowed up by Lawton. Lawton shoots that, it falls into the right side corner, trying to chase after that puck. They'll chase it into the opposite side. Freed up along the board, slowed down as tried to get cleared out there by McNeil. Battling away, McNeil coming out with it and muscling her way through. Great job by 15 down the right side. Toe drags all the way down to the corner, dudes, and you can't telegraph a toe drag much more than that, but manages to pull it off. Up the wall, trying to get that one to MacArthur. That one's turned over to MacArthur. Wasn't trying to get it to her, but it ends up on her stick now. Trying to circle back. That's going to jump some sticks, and number 2 here for Purple working it in. From the corner, little pressure is 2-on-2 down there, and that one in along the end board. Sorry, picked up near the hash marks. Some pressure building there. Trying to stay with it, and it rolls back to the middle into the skate. Hustle there, and gets someone to miss there down in front, taking one player out of the play at least, over to the left side. Cut back around, nice pass there onto the money, right side shot. Great pass in there from Kearney, but no chance created out of it as it's shot back into the middle. Grabbed here by Joseph, slapped back in the zone. It'll be onto the pad and kept out. Back in behind for Dorian. Dorian. Touch pass to the middle, picked up now Libis. Libis trying to get it out for Purple, but they'll have to reset again. Prince played it back, and now they'll try up the left side. That one moved up ahead to Joseph. Danica Joseph dumps it into the corner. It's off the feet. Blue now picks up on it. Sorry, Powder Up the right side, picked up on the other side into the zone, bottom of the circle, cut off, and a nice defensive play here. Looking for a way out. Lexi McIntyre slaps a pass off, but it's cut off. Back in here to Wilkie. Wilkie cut off by McIntyre. McIntyre in behind as it falls into the left side corner. Wilkie onto that puck, and it moves in around onto the stick of Lola Timmins. Timmins now from the end board getting pressured as we approach halfway through our game here. Back to the blue line. Going to be held using the body to separate there as McIntyre all the way in and can't get the backhand off, but got it pretty damn far using that strategy into the right side half wall. Blue looking to move that out now as shot that with this stick and back into the zone as they'll bring it in clean onside. Down from the right again. Scooped up by Timmins. Timmins played into the end board. Lola Timmins now. Inside 10 minutes to go. We're halfway through this game officially as it's moved up through the middle. Tries to chop on it. Delayed offside, allowing Purple a free lane here.
Good heads
up
up.
The left. Take it, the space given, and got all the way into the opposing ringette line before it's cut off. Now to the middle. Purple again. Shot off a skate. That's going to fall back in behind for Mitchell. Over here on the left side, Gabriel. Gabriel up ahead, cut off. It's into the gut there of Margaret McLean, and they move it up the left side here to Auden. Sent the length of the ice, chased after. Number 28 gonna pick up on that. Jessica Parsons for Powder. Up the wall, slowed down. Margaret McLean, clean pass over to her D partner Kim. Now up the left side, advancing that puck McLean, but it gets turned back the other way. Picked up here by Buffett. Gabrielle Buffett into the right side and scooped here by Robertson. The back and forth continues here mid-second period. Robertson up the right side with some space. Gonna bring that into the corner. Cut off with the stick there. Jumping up in the play. That one on to the stick of number 10, Rossong. Rossong tries to get that up. It's into the middle and cut off. Just turning these lines over here midway through this period. I think that's a full 3 shifts here before number 15 gets back out there. Shot in tight and a nice save there by Feltham. As it was a rush in and a big shot. That one off the skate and it bounces in behind, and another chance for McNeil. She has 2 chances in the last couple seconds. Picked up along the boards. That one's going to be touched on to a stick here. Beaton. Carly Beaton back in behind, and that one might just have enough for icing, dude. And another 5-minute segment, and take it away, buddy.
I like that play there. The chip, the pressure coming through the neutral zone there, kind of being pushed off towards the wall. Had a blue jersey cutting through the middle, and instead of trying to make that direct pass where it could get turned over and go back the other way, she tried to just put it into an area where her teammate could win a puck race. However, just the wrong angle on the wall, and geometry is a tough class, however, but it goes down for icing. But you know, a lot of smart plays on display out here, and there's not a whole lot of panic with the puck. A lot of get it in the red line, getting in deep. Instead of trying to make that move at the blue line, they're going to chip and chase, and those are the small details that honestly in the long run are going to win you hockey games. And I know that's not the whole object here, but when you put some ingredients of a winning hockey team on display, eventually you're going to get yourself a winning meal.
Absolutely, and they're cooking up something nice here through period 1 and 2. 7:29 to go here in the second as we will get another whistle on the play. Some great back and forth here early, and it's the little things like you were saying, just coming up through the zone here on the defensive side. Instead of trying to go through the person, they're chipping it off the wall, trying to go around, and even if they don't get it, they get numbers, and at least the puck is advanced. Normally you might see just trying to muscle through with a deke you'd see on NHL.com from last night, but instead this is nice simplified hockey, which leads to not many whistles, but also good back and forth even play. And that's what we're seeing a lot of here with 7:04 to go in the second. Picked up on the right side on a sharp angle shot. That one will come out the other side. Purple looking to move that up ahead over to the left side here for Ray McInnes. Shot down low. Ricochets, and now Blue looking for it as it's freed up in behind. Purple can't get a clear exit there, and it's into the right side. Picked up, trying to go around, and That's an example of trying to go through the player, and it's turned over to Margaret McLean, who helps advance that for purple. Back in behind here now, Lexi McIntyre. Lexi McIntyre in by the red line. Back over for Kearney. Kearney got that for Wilkie. Over here to McHenry. McHenry in over the blue line. McHenry gets cut off. Now from the left side, trying to advance that puck. Nice sauce gets through there onto the stick of Hartnell. Hartnell from the right side corner, and Powder cuts it off. Back over here to McCormick. Up the wall by Gould. That's falling in behind along the end boards. Good hard skate to the corner, but turned over. Chance here in front. Save as Feltham all the way squared up to that, all the way through. Leading pass to the middle, onto the stick, in over the blue line. Slowing down to the right side corner. They'll chase after it. Up on that puck is Jodry, and now down there in the corner, but they'll continue to fight. That one moved onto the stick here for Hartnell. Hartnell got it over to the left side. Cut off by Gould. Shot back in behind. Going to beat Gabrielle with 5:18 to go. Trying to move this now for Powder the other way. That one into the end board. Slowed down off the hop. Over to Harland. Harland pulls back and gets that pass across to Robertson. Robertson from the left side corner. She'll kind of get hung up. That stick pretty active in there on the gut. Gonna let them play though. Down from the corner, Powder, time to circle back and time to get a nice pass off. Kept in the zone here, left side, back to the middle. That one was passed from Rassong, trying to get it to Blanchard, but Purple gets it at least a few feet out. 4:41 left to go here in the second now. Handed off, leading that one into the left side, jumping all the way back into the play there is Rassong. Rassong from the left side, 4:30 to go. In along the end boards, back to the ringette line. It's into the skate, low shot. Steers back from the corner. Grabbed here, Buffett to the middle, low shot, glove save in there, and they'll cover it up. There is Zettler getting the save, but another long sequence, 4:14 to go in the second.
I mean, this is, you don't get much better hockey than this. Game number one for these ladies, and you know, like we said at the start of the game, the vibes were kind of high. You could tell that they were all ready to get the games underway. And, you know, you're at this age or at any age, you love everything to do with the game, but it's the games where you truly cherish the moments. And practice is good, and that's where you hone in on your skills and all that good stuff. But, you know, the games is what everybody's trying to play.
Down the right side here, McNeil dished off and buried by Sangster, and a beautiful sauce play finished. And that will get a reaction from the crowd on an absolute beauty.
Yeah, the old Whitecaps to Warriors tap in, but Floorgale McNeil, I do remember now, one of the silkier stick handlers probably in this program. You won't see too many of the girls trying to pull off the toe drags and those big dangles, but when she gets an opportunity, she can really burn you on some of her deceptive play, and with the stick handling there, I mean, you just saw it there, a real nice loft saucer pass, a much harder pass to pull off than it looked.
So 3-0 now the score as we continue on through this one. 3:44 to go in the second. It's brought into the zone. Fandon dropped back though. Picked up here by Beaton. Beaton gets it over to Lawton. Lawton slowed down. Lawton from the right side back into the ringette line, just chips up, trying to use the boards to help as they'll dig away for that along the half wall. Fished out now by Kearney. Kearney looking for the centering pass, back over to McNeil. McNeil will pull it back in the zone, try to work out of the corner, turns it over to the middle. That one grabbed, now clear cut chance there, front rebound, looking for more, left side, and it'll just be swept away. Great chance there by Kearney. From the left side, looking to get up the zone, under 3 minutes to go. That one heads in behind, and it'll be wrapping those end boards in along for McHenry. Handed off now to Lawton. Lawton in behind, bounced over to Leslie. Leslie trying to get it up the zone, 2:40 to go. It's spun around, kept in by Joseph. The mic'd up for this period, so we'll be hearing the ins and outs of this one later this week when that video is edited and up. That one in behind. Picked up and kept in by Lawton, and a bad turnover. Fanned on as it falls to the left side corner. 2:18 to go. Back in behind, and now a chance to reset for Purple, taking the long way around and handing that puck off to Kim. Isabel Kim now with 2 minutes. She'll look to go to work as it rolls up the right side, back to the blue line.
Good job over there at the powder bench. They would have got caught with too many players on the ice, but looks like somebody realized at the last second and jumped back up, and that's probably not going to be called, but it's little things like that that you notice when you're looking at the players as a whole.
Cuts back into the zone, and Purple still trying to get it out of their end. They'll shoot it up the wall, and it'll slow down for Wilkie. Wilkie up ahead, in over the blue line, slowed down near the ringette line. Backhand gets it through. Chance here for a clear cut, but they're looking to go doorstep. One whack at it, two-step whacks at it, and 1:25 to go. I guess you got to call that the right play, dudes. Getting two chances at it, but you know, regardless, interesting work there in the offensive zone by Powder.
Yeah, great job there on the zone entry from Ella Driscoll. You want to sell that you're going down deep. You know, you don't want to just kind of sell, oh, I'm going to slow up. You go, okay, I'm going to drive wide. That forces the D-man to kind of backpedal, and then you slam the brakes on and hit the trailer. And that's zone entry 101. That's one of the many options you can go with, but that's kind of the more, I guess, original, normal version of zone entry. Get it in and hit the trailer.
Purple with their zone entry here, and it's shot into the glove. 1:06 to go here in the second, and I find that these ladies will kind of get into a rhythm where there'll be a couple minutes where there's a minute or two where there's a bunch of whistles trying to get into a flow, and then as soon as they hit the flow, they'll play 5, 6, 7 minutes without a whistle. So it's almost like once the back and forth starts, it doesn't really stop, and they can move the puck pretty cleanly, but then there'll be chances where there's a couple whistles in sequence. That one in behind. Under a minute to play now in the second as we're almost nearing the end of our first day of action here for the females at the high performance camp. Left side shot, and that one off the glove and gets it by Feltham. Puck's on net. You'll find the back of it, and that one a goal for Danny Ray McInnes, number 4 on Purple. 48 seconds to go. 4-0 the score.
Danny Ray McInnes from the Whitecaps, and if I'm not mistaken, Jeff, a family member, a friend of the show, Mr. Brian McGinnis, and a very household hockey name from Nova Scotia, from just down in beautiful Port Hood, Nova Scotia. And like you said, just getting pucks to the net. You know, you use the bodies in front, and it's never a bad option if you can get that puck through to the net area.
McInnes, definitely a name around these parts you'll see in the rinks. And no different here at X on a beautiful Friday night. Yep, Friday night. We've been here for about 9 days, me and Justin, so the days are mixing, but easy to do when the games are this good, and 4-0 to score despite the back and forth. Purple really just finishing on their chances more, but 18 seconds. I'm looking for a couple more shots here at the last couple seconds. Left side, save made. Feltham will get the save, 9.9 to go.
One thing to point out on that rush there is an odd woman rush, as we're going to call it. The defender took the backdoor pass. It was Summer McLean going to the back door, wouldn't allow her to get herself opened up, and that's how you do that. You know, every goalie will tell you, let me take the shooter. If I can see it, I have a better chance of stopping it. So good job there defensively.
Pushed into the middle, and with 4 seconds to go, that'll take us to the end of the second period. 4-0 the score. Lead extended. We'll be back for the third in a moment. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, back here for the third and final period here of game number one for the U16s. Me and Dudes on the call. It's been a great two so far, and this will be the one where we finish it off for the night. Back at it tomorrow morning with more action, but let's get into this third period and see who comes out victorious. I mean, healthy lead here for Purple, but good back and forth. And here we go. That one picked up there by Walter. Walter gets that back in for McIntyre. McIntyre tries to go up the wall to Sangster. Flipped up. Purple looking to start out hot to this third period and continue their stranglehold over this game number one. Down there into the corner, and good job there by Poirier. Got to the puck second, but came out with it. Now it's still Powder, though, up the boards, trying to grab it. Kept in on the line, McIntyre. McIntyre back off into the corner there. Poirier picks up on it, trying to get it out. Chipped up the boards and back in behind. Hustle play here. Back down the left side. Picked up by Joseph, and Joseph gets hauled down. An easy penalty call there on Powder as Purple, a minute into the third, will go to the power play.
Yeah, I'd just like to start the period off to give a shout out to one of the evaluators / coaches here. Victoria Parker just got a new role with Crystal Beach Academy, the 19U program. It's a newer program, and she is the product of one of the more successful U16 AAA teams, the Basin Armada, who you are very familiar with, Jeff. But nice to see Vic progressing in the coaching department there, as she's helped carry that team to a few championships over the last couple of years, and I know you know that for sure.
Definitely seen Vic stack up a couple W's over the course of the past 2 or 3 years for sure. So congratulations there. And like you said, one of the evaluators here. So the brightest minds in female hockey from around Nova Scotia, helping build this team Nova Scotia for the Canada Games team. That one from the right side, and it'll chop back into the zone. Played in behind there onto the stick of Harland. Harland up over the blue line on the right and walking the ringette line now. Back to the corner, Wilkie. Wilkie tries for it. They're tied up along the boards there down near the hash marks. Back from the corner, and stick getting caught up, and they're all flailing about. Now back to the blue line. Picked up here. Tries to play that off near the ringette line. Grabbed and sent the length of the ice. Easy clear here on the PK. A minute gone of it. It's slowed down by our goaltender, Lily Williams, in net there for Purple. Down on the right side now. Good job by Powder keeping that puck deep on the PK. Picked up by Purple now. Over to the right side, looking for a lead pass. On to the stick and over the blue line here, down the right, into the zone. Look at toe drag that around. It's shot just wide and left. Now back the other way, still shorthanded. It's into the zone by 18, White. White back in. It's picked up here and moving up onto the stick of 19 there. Hartnell. Hartnell passed that off into the left side corner. And good board battle for that. Down low in the zone. It'll be freed up along the half wall. Purple then right back into the battle, but they come up with it on the left side, trying to jam it in, and it rolls off again. And now back to 5-on-5. Spinning around and shooting it. The arm goes up, as it will go for an icing, as the penalty had expired about 5 to 10 seconds earlier, and 4-0 still to score a couple minutes into the third.
Yeah, newly entered goaltenders for Team Powder. Number 5, Liliana Oliveira, second in goals against average this season with 1.57, so just behind Eleanor Feltham. And down there for Team Purple, number 74, Lily Williams, playing for the Metro East Inferno. And not far behind those two, Jeff, with a 1.80 GAA. So both these goaltenders giving up less than 2 goals a game. And we'll see if they can continue that strong play here in the third period as they get the one period in this game.
Purple shoots back in behind. It's grabbed by Hartnell. Hartnell using the size down there, comes out with it from the right, and it'll move on to the stick and work back the other way here by Kearney. Trying to go through the middle. It's swept off the stick there off the stick of Ella Driscoll, and now Purple trying to work it back the other way, and a good hard pass there by number 17, McCormick. Just head up, put it on the money. Not able to corral, but couldn't have asked for much more from 17, and good movement there by Lexi McIntyre. Gets the pass handed off, and now up by Summer McLean. Summer McLean, a nice lead pass to the left side this time. Into the zone by Audain. Audain down in behind. Audain passes it off and trying to cut off along the wall. Picked up by Summer. Back to the line. Back over to Summer McLean. Steps in with a shot. Won't make it all the way through as it bounces to the corner. Picked up off the one hop by Timmins. Timmins down here on the right. Passed over again. Looking for a lead. Nice sauce. Gets it up off the end of the stick there of Rassong. Into the middle of the zone. Low shot, trying to go 5-hole and steered away as Jodry got the shot off there. Shot back into the zone by Lawton. Now circling back around. Team Powders. Jodry looking for some more. Trying to get her team actually on the board here to start. That one sent the length of the ice. We'll go for an icing 5 minutes into the third.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that Powder hasn't scored yet, especially with a little bit of the firepower they have up front, and especially number 18, Addison White, who led the female Atlantics in scoring this season. 7 goals, 3 assists in 4 games. They came up a little bit short, but Addison White, a member of the Metro West Citadels, so you know that could be a testament to the defensive play here from Purple and the goaltending. And like you said earlier in the broadcast, Jeff, Purple just seems like they're just capitalizing on their opportunities a little better. It's not due to lack of chances why they haven't scored. It's just not their night so far, I suppose.
Down the left side, that one's going to be played into the end boards, and trying to go from the back end here as Leslie shot the length of the ice. That one no ice as Leslie catches up to it, and it'll be a board battle for it. Harland coming in to help. Purple now working from their own end. Harland caught off there down low. Picked up, trying to spin out of it onto Margaret McLean's stick. Margaret McLean looking to get it to McNeil along the right side. Kept in the zone as it's chipped on down to the left side corner. Caught up to first by Purple, but good tenacity from number 20 out there, Ashlyn Kearney. Number 20 trying to get into the dirty areas down low. It'll be sent in behind, slowed up off the stick of Oliveira. In behind again, and on for Vickers. Vickers plays it to her D partner, Wilkie. Wilkie gets worked off now, and Purple looking to come out with it. It's freed up on the left side, trying to get that puck centered, and it's bouncing. Moved back to the blue line, jumped up, and worked down low. Picked up off the end boards. Chip pass by Joseph to the middle, trying to get on that puck. It'll be over skated. Powder now looking to work it up the right side. Into the zone comes Beaton. Beaton gets cut off of it, and it's circled back. Grabbed here by Kim. Kim up the right side. Onto the stick there of Prince. Prince working that up ahead. Zara Prince. Pretty nice name there. You don't know a ton of Zaras, but
I know a
nice
store
name.
that my fiance is all about, so that's where my head went there right away, so definitely recognized it.
Well, there you go. So a couple Zaras around, and nice name.
Absolutely.
Played off in front, grabbed, trying to get on the ringette line. It's into the corner. That one back in around, and it'll be grabbed in along the end board. Still battling off for it. Left side, picked up by Libis. Libis trying for it. Back to the line here. Maintaining possession, Veronica Mitchell, as 12:22 to go, still 4-0 the score. Back off into the corner, caught up to first here by Kim. Kim tries to get that around. Down low, back to the blue line. Picked up, and Powder shoots it, but it somehow stays in play as it catches the glass. 12 minutes to go here in the third. Time running out for Powder, but good pushing here to the middle. It's onto the stick there of Joseph. Joseph, a hard shot down. That one will be played and will continue on. And we'll take it as play continues on. Good little rhythm to this game as it's down the left side. Picked up by Ray McInnes.
Oh,
Ray McKinnis shakes off a body, played back to the line. That'll get a cheer from the crowd into the middle. Scoop back play. McCormick tries to get it off in front. Another chance, moving around over to the right side, and they score. And a nice move. Gets the stick handling in a phone booth in front. Manages to get the pass off, and it looks like number 19 buries that one for Team Purple, and that will be Rachel Hartnell, who's been all over the puck, and I believe her first of the night coming from 17, Maya McCormick, with a great dish there.
Yeah, one thing I picked up on right away was that Penguins pants there from Rachel Hartnell. So one of the players mentioned playing up in the U18 division in the last season, so making her impact felt here. And we talked about her using her size down low, and you know, you play up the age group, the players are a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, so she should have an advantage in that regard down here. But with the skill and you know, the just overall play of these players on the ice right now, it's going to be hard to really stick out at all, as everyone just bringing their A game here so far.
You're essentially playing in an all-star game, so not a total representation of you know, how dominant she might be against regular teams, which have some, you know, more first years in it. Not all the superstars on the ice, and we saw that with the boys section a lot. These guys who are utterly dominant in the U15 league through the regular season, just, you know, not having a hard time, but it's just, you know, there's a lot less free ice, a lot less free pucks, and maybe those dangles you can pull on the guy half your size aren't as likely of happening here at the high performance camp.
And that's where those kind of expectations of those type things could act as, I'm not going to call it a negative, but a double-edged sword in a regard. You know, you look at someone who may have dominated the regular leagues in the regular season, and now you're looking for them to continue that success, and they probably are within themselves as well. And maybe, like you said, just a little bit more even of a field, like, you know, with all the top players, 46 I do believe, and it, you know, if you can stand out from there, then that says a lot about you as well.
Definitely a lot of the guys struggling to stand out, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit similar here. Sometimes the guys who are really, really special players just need a few games to get back in it. Some of the guys there in the first ones, but you know, in terms of game to game and shift to shift, pretty even across the board. And 10:08 to go here in the third, so officially into our last 10 minutes here on night number 1, dude. It's been some great hockey. Remember, 4 games coming tomorrow, and then dudes will be on the call for the last 2 on Sunday, riding solo. And that'll be it for the High Performance Camp 2024. Another summer, but lots of excitement to go through before we get to that point.
Something we look forward to every single year is this summer camp, since it's our, I guess, not every year, it's only our second year attending, but from now on, it's just a great event all around. You know, it's a pro-like feel. They have jam-packed days. They'll go to bed late tonight, and then they'll be back up early tomorrow morning to get things going. They'll have breakfast, a little team meeting, and then they'll walk to the rink, get ready for the games, and then a little break in the afternoon, Jeff, and then guess what? Right back at it. So a couple games each day, and we'll see how it plays out here, but I'm really excited here to finish this one out. Not because I want it to end, but because it's great hockey, just to clarify.
There you go. Well said, well said. We hope everyone at home enjoying the high button coverage in year number 2 for us here at the High Performance Camp. We've got lots of regular season stuff upcoming for this next year, so keep an eye out on the socials for that on the High Button page. And Raya Stewart interviewed just yesterday, I believe, as we got a chance to talk to her, and an interview that was long overdue, but you know that when it comes to the podcast, you just gotta pick your perfect spot, folks, and if there's ever a break or anything like that, just know we're always trying. It's just about finding that moment, and Raya obviously doing a lot for the female game, especially here in Nova Scotia and Canada at large. So thanks, Raya, for coming on. And with 8:25 to go here in the third, a bit of a collision there. Both curls right back up, but this will be the finish we're coming on to here. Up ahead, Powder, and still can't buy a goal. Trying to jam in on the corner, and the save made, and that really felt like it was going to be the first one.
I mean, they're even having a hard time hitting the big mesh in behind the net there. It's just one of those nights. They're getting their looks, but just can't find the back of the net. But I wanted to kind of piggyback on the Raya Stewart thing. Like you said, household name, a name that's given more light to the female game than anybody in the last little bit. And on the note of the podcast as well, we're a little bit different in the sense where we like to do it in person. We like to get that, that connection with the other person. You get to read the body language a little bit, and So if we get the opportunity to do it over Zoom, 9 times out of 10, we're going to choose not to, just to wait for that opportunity. And she was a very busy girl in the last couple of years, so it was pretty hard to nail her down. But it was long overdue, and it's a great interview. We call it a podcast. We like to kind of get away from the interview feel. It's more of a one-on-one chat. And so thank you to her, and the future's bright for that girl right there.
And Raya, obviously playing for the Cape Breton boys U18 major midget team the past couple of years in the U18 league. Now the High Button U18 league. So all the U18 games going to be streamed on highbuttonsports.ca this upcoming year. You can watch any of the games live for free, and then they'll be on demand after for anyone looking for it. But Raya, certainly one of those players we're proud to have on our High Button streams from now, and obviously that footage will live forever. So good luck to Raya at the next steps, and you've always got a friend here with High Button, and I think High Button and the Stewarts are becoming closer as the years go on, so appreciate that. And with that being said, 7:14 to go here in the third, and we're going to finish this one out 5-0 the score here, though. Powder still looking for their first, and they've gotten some good pushes here in the third period. Continuing on here, that one's going to be back in behind into the left side, trying to catch up to that puck from the end boards, and it's fished off the end of the stick, picked up here, and a beautiful pass right on the money, picked up by Hartnell. That was McCormick, who had another great pass, and McCormick has been showing her ability there for Team Purple. Probably the best passer out there so far tonight. That one's going to be in on the left side. Powder chops at it, and I don't know, this one got up on its side, so it will have enough for icing. If it would have stayed flat, I think we would have still been playing, but 6:27 to go in the third, we'll get a whistle.
And if my memory serves me correctly here, Jeff, Maya McCormick, the daughter of Roddy McCormick, if I'm not mistaken, and he had quite the hockey resume himself, so if you don't believe me, look it up. It's probably out there somewhere, but had the chance to meet him last year, and a name that I knew growing up in the Halifax area, so another good bloodline there for hockey, and it's nice to see the daughters getting the opportunity that the sons usually get nowadays with the hockey and the female hockey growing so largely. It's been quite the ride so far, and we're happy to be a part of it for sure.
Definitely, and you don't need to look too hard to find the great women's hockey in Atlantic, Canada. And when we were up at the Meltdown, the first 2 weekends actually were female, so we covered about 150 games of female hockey to kick us off there at the Meltdown a month ago, and it was pretty special up there. And some girls from Nova Scotia coming up, and some girls to keep your eye on as we continue on. That one hauled down into the boards, and that one's not going to go. And instantly to the box there for number 7 from Team Purple. That'll be Lexi McIntyre, 5:54. Looks to be everyone okay.
Yeah, that was Gabrielle Buffett on a good head of steam down the right side, and she just kind of took off from everybody, and that kind of forced Lexi McIntyre from the Subway Selects to kind of retreat a little bit faster. Maybe didn't look like she was moving as fast, and you just want to call that deceptive speed there. You kind of look like you're floating a little bit more than pushing those legs, and they end up getting an opportunity here with a power play and looking to get themselves on the board.
So a golden opportunity here to at least break through here. That one into the left side, and you definitely want to not collect the goose egg here in game number 1, and it's been so even. It's just really scoring on their chances has been Purple down there in the corner. Trying to fish that one out of there is Kearney.
Nice exchange.
Centering pass, chance for the shot and type, and it rolls off the end of the stick there, I suppose. Back to the line for Wilkie. Wilkie got that pass handed off. It's jumping around, and we're inside 5 minutes to go here in the third, so really into our home stretch of night number 1. That one's picked up, moving out of the zone. Summer McLean up ahead, gets cut off of it. Try to go the other way. Chipped up here to the right. Onto the stick. That one hands off in behind. Kim gets it over to their defensive partner and shot the length of the ice as it slows down along the boards. Oliveira got it over for Gabrielle. Gabrielle from the back end, looking to lead that up ahead.
Great job to receive that pass on the backhand, one-handed skating the other way.
Picked up and played over to the left side. Slowed up there for Mitchell. Trying to get that in ahead, but it'll just be back to the line. Over there to the right side. Driscoll into the zone. Driscoll down the right side with 4 minutes to go. In along the end boards, tripped up. Back on the feet. Poked off into the corner on the left side. McHenry gets it back to the blue line. Passed over to the right. Left side now, slowed down. Shot goes wide and under the glove into the corner by Addison White. Trying to catch up to that along the boards. Comes down in front and a big hustle play here. Trying to get that puck up ahead is McNeil. 3:36 to go. Some pressure. Puck to the middle. Purple shot in, trying to go on the left side, and it goes too hard off the stick of Sangster, but a good look for number 10 out there.
Yeah, looking for a second goal of the game, too.
3:24 to go. Time running out into the half wall. That'll be chased after and grabbed by Mitchell. Mitchell turns it over to the middle, but now Powder comes out with it again. The back and forth is going to continue right down here to the wire. Ella Driscoll shoots that down low. 3 minutes to go as McInnes and Dorian looking to go to work. Back into the red line. Cut back over. In behind onto the stick, trying to get that through. Dorian cut off in through the middle. Another cut off play onto the stick of Jodry. 2:45 slowed down there for Dorian. Dorian in the wall, along the wall, over to Payne. Payne down low, trying to get that puck centered in. It's a little too much. Parsons looking for that one, and now up ahead if they can get the pass.
Nice
they
pass.
do. Breakaway, shot, save made, and under a lot of pressure there to get that pass off, dudes. Managing to get the puck up to Joseph.
Two good things there. Great backhand lead pass. A lot of the times you see players trying to switch to that more comfortable spot on the forehand. And another note there is Oliveira just right out at the top of the crease, knowing that between her and the puck carrier wasn't a whole lot of space, especially with that back checker. So a real good job to attack the shooter there.
Yeah, running out of space, but like you said, that pass still created a chance there, dudes. And I can't help but think if we were doing some of that boys hockey, it might have been, try to flip this over with a rainbow, get it down in front, defense catches up. No, these girls are really just putting it on the tape and taking what's given to them.
I love the simplicity of the game, too, and that's not a knock. It's very positionally sound. There's not a whole lot of, extra stuff. They're not trying to be somebody they're not actually on the ice, and a lot of chip-ins, chip-outs, pressure in the offensive zone, up and off the glass and over everyone, good lead passes, staying on the back end. There's all kinds of good stuff here to dissect from game number one.
Definitely. You don't really need to look hard. Just look at that. DDD pass there, nice and clean as it comes up to the camera, and I was able to whack it. It was about half a foot to the left. And it only took us, dudes, how many hours have we been at this? Probably hour number 10 or 11, and that one was dangerously close. I wish I could have caught it, but I'd rather save the screen, I suppose.
Yeah, so Sadie Walter looking up and apologizing a few times, and it's all good. We know the position we're in, and we have that camera up there to give you guys the best view, and probably got a little look at the logo on the puck there, but that's going to go down as an E6, Jeff. Error shortstop. And, you're going to have to be a little sharper on the next one. But to be fair, both your hands in use right now. So it was pretty good play nonetheless.
Pass to the left side, kicked away. That one's going to be on to the stick there, McCormick. Try to get that back in, McCormick. In through the middle, that one chops over to the left side. Buffett trying to get it up ahead. Slowed down. Over to the right, trying to enter the zone there. Final minute to play here as we're about to wrap up night number one. A little bit of everything here, but a blowout currently underway with 46 seconds. Hasn't felt like one, but no other way to really pitch. 5-0 Purple. The great first performance here, 39 seconds. Picked up down there from the corner. Tried to get it to the middle, and it'll be passed off. Another chance. That one's going to go wide past the post, and 30 seconds to go here now. Back into the zone. Margaret McLean looking for it. 18 seconds. Now Slowed down, 10 seconds to go. This will probably take us to the end as they head to that right corner. And with 5 seconds remaining, board battle to finish us out. But that will do it for game number 1. A 5-0 commanding victory here for Team Purple. And we're about to head to the calf with these ladies, dudes. And I'm sure it'll be just as friendly as before. Great play, but a blowout here in game 1.
Yeah, we'll have to give Miss Walters a little bit of the gears there for shooting the puck at the camera. No, I'm just kidding. But it is cool to kind of cool down with the players afterwards and meal hall there, and that's part of one of the cooler parts of this is being able to kind of feel like you're at university without the stress of the classes. But like you said, that's going to do it for us here, and a great first game, a great first day of games, and boy, I don't know if you can top today, but we'll see what tomorrow has in store for us.
So bright and early tomorrow morning, folks, we'll be back at it right here where you're watching right now. Until then, dudes on color, Jeff Warburton here on commentary, and Belly doing some mic'd ups. Look for that content soon. See you next time.